we have Parinda Garg from 8th class who is going to give a profound insights in this topic. Our topic is Lord Ram and Lord Ram, the legendary prince of Ayodhya, as well as the main central figure of Ramayana. He is just not a historical figure, but also a person who is having spiritual, great spiritual teachings. So, I would like Parinda Garg to start.
Thank you for inviting me here. It's a pleasure to talk about the wisdom of Lord.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to start that Lord Ram is such an beacon of spiritual guidance for us. And what can we interpret from his teachings in our modern era?
I think we can get the values of his compassion towards his work, and he had done the service for everyone. He had a good administration work, and he believed in everyone. He used to forgive everyone who had done wrong. I think we can get this qualities of him in our modern era and set up a nice society. I think that we should take the qualities of Lord Ram of compassion, selflessness, and integrity, because I think that everybody should have these qualities as to set up a global society, nice global society. We have to have these qualities of Lord Ram, because it tells us that we have to be kind to everyone, we have to be compassionate to everyone.
Okay. Furthermore, moving forward, we've already understood about his insights in our modern era. Now, despite of all that, his characters and his actions were very much inspiring for all of us. So, what can we learn from his characters and actions?
We can learn that we have to trust others. We can't just be selfish. We have to trust others, we have to believe in them, and our work will be done properly.
As well as moving forward, he was just not a king. He was also a person of great character, as we've already discussed. But him being a king, what are the different qualities which we can get, or what are different governance systems which our leaders and individuals can take? As we've already know in our school, we have different student council members and different leaders as well. So, what qualities can we get from the insights of Lord Ram and him being a king?
I think that the student council of the school should have the qualities of honesty, intelligence. In any situation, I think we should not panic. We should think calmly, and our solution will find a solution.
Lord Ram, just not being a king, he had many problems. But his personal life as well. We know that he was when he went into exile, and then Sita was abducted, and he had killed Ravan as well. So he had made sure that he was also being a great king, and he was trying to handle his personal challenges as well. So. What do you think that we need to understand from that, or do you think that he has balanced his life equally?
Yes, I do think that he has balanced his life. I just want to tell the listeners sitting here that in any situation we should have courage. We should not panic. We should have faith in ourselves. We should be confident. Like when Ma Sita was captured by the demon king Ravan, he did not panic. He fought. He knew that his army was less, but he knew that he was in an exile of 14 years, and he did not have that much power like Ravan. Then also he fought and defeated.
Okay. So thank you so much for this inspiring thing. But another thing, as we are all talking about spirituality over here, what can our listeners understand from this podcast, or what can we take from this podcast so that our spiritual journey is moving forward? What are the qualities that we can take? We have already discussed about being courageous, being having faith in God. What else can we understand from it?
I think that we should walk on the path of dharma or righteousness because it will only take us to a success. We should be with our religion. We should be devotional. We should be on the path of truth. We should not.
So, thank you so much for sharing your profound insights on this topic. And I hope our listeners are also getting all these qualities and they can move forward in their spiritual journey. So, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
So we saw that a lot of points were cleared, but I would like to ask you what are the main qualities that we should learn from Ram?
The main qualities. Lord Ram possessed many qualities such as his wisdom, integrity, willpower, knowledge, strength, and more. But the three main, if you would ask me, I would say the first is knowledge because Lord Ram was a Kshatriya. And being a Kshatriya, he also knew Brahma Vidya, which was a very big thing at that time. Because at that time, Kshatriyas were only there to participate in war. They were warriors. And being a Kshatriya, he was also an expert archer. So that's why I would like to say that I like his knowledge. The second for me is his leadership skills. When after the great battle against Ravana and when Lord Ram won, when Ma Sita was brought back to the kingdom of Ayodhya, the people of the kingdom of Ayodhya were saying that Ma Sita was with another male, so she is not pure. Lord Ram knew that her wife is pure, and if he wanted, he could punish those people as he was the king. But instead of doing that, his first priority was not his family but his kingdom. That was the reason he separated himself from Ma Sita, and that is the reason I think he was the most ideal person who ever sat on the throne of Ayodhya. The third is his bravery. Ravana was stronger than and mightier than Ram in any way possible. He had more troops, more weapons. He was an expert in any knowledge you say. He knew everything. He knew how to use every weapon. If you would give him a new weapon, he would just master it. It's like a toy. And he had more defenses. But still, Lord Ram with his bravery and his tactics managed to defeat Ravan, and that is the reason I like Lord Ram's bravery.
Nowadays we a lot of hear about the word karma कि उसने ऐसा किया तो कर्मा हो जाएगा. So what is in actual way what is karma and how should we interpret it related to Sri Ram?
I'll give you the best example for this. Ma Kaushalya and Ma Kaikai. Ma Kaushalya was the mother of Lord Ram and Ma Kaikai was the mother of Bharat. Because of Ma Kaikai, Lord Ram was sent to exile for 14 years. But in that time, Ma Kaushalya suffered a lot because she couldn't see her son's face. And when Lord Ram came back after the Vanvas, Ma Kaikai really regretted her past decisions. So she was crying and telling to Lord Ram, please forgive me for my sins and give me the opportunity to become your mother in your next rebirth, in your next janma. She got the blessing. She was the Ma of Krishna, Ma Devki. But still, she had done some sins in the past. That was the reason when Lord Krishna was born, he was separated from his real mother. And Ma Kaushalya, who suffered those 14 years, not seeing his son, she was blessed by being by being Krishna's adopting mother, Ma Yashoda. Though she was an adopting mother, she was the one who raised Lord Krishna. And after 14 years, the same time in which Ma Kaushalya suffered, not seeing her son. After 14 years when Lord Krishna went to rescue his real mother Devki from Kans, and when he killed Kans, so Ma Devki asked Krishna, कि कृष्णा तू इतने साल मुझे बचाने क्यों नहीं आया? तो कृष्णा ने कहा कि माँ तुझे याद नहीं है तूने मेरे पिछले जन्म में क्या किया था? तूने मुझे 14 साल वनवास भेजा था और इसी तरीके से मेरी माँ भी तड़पी थी.
That was a great example. After this, I'd like to ask you that nowadays we see a lot of wealthy people, more powerful people, and they say about कि bhakti karna is like waste of time. On the other side, some people they just do it for a show off. Okay? So, what is bhakti or what is devotion as a truth?
So, if you do bhakti, you should do it from the bottom of your heart. Everything, all of your heart, you should apply to it. Because many people nowadays do bhakti to ask for materialistic things. But for me, I think it's wrong. Because God always has better plans for you. For example, I'm just giving an example that I wanted $1 million and I'm asking for that. But God had a plan to give me $10 million. But the thing just I have to do is work hard for it, and God will always be my side. That is the reason why people limit their ask, because God always has better plans for you. And whenever we do bhakti, we should do it pure, unconditional, like Mirabai and many others. Because whenever we do bhakti, we should also do it from on the path of Satya.
Thank you. So I hope all the students have got a lot of knowledge about Sri Ram and how we should interpret his qualities in our life. Thank you. Even I thank you, Manav Thakkar, to be with us and enlighten some knowledge about Sri Ram to you.
I would just like to state one thing in the end. If you want to live an idealized life, not a life in which people only remember you for 100 or 200 years, but like Lord Ram, who is still being remembered after millions of years. If you want to live a life like that, you need to implement the qualities of Lord Ram and live a basic and simple life. This is the best example of living a professional and the best life, where people remember you after millions of years and you are wrote in the book of history.
Thank you.
Like Swami Vivekananda.
And I am playing the role of host, and she is Samriddhi Tiwari from class 10, and she will be my guest today. And our topic is simple living, high thinking. I hope it is clear to all, right? Right? Everyone is listening? Okay? And we are presenting Shiti House. So, Samriddhi, can you please explain our audience what do you understand by simple living and high thinking? What are your thoughts?
Okay, so from my perspective, simple living means living according to your limited needs, but not according to your unlimited dreams. People usually run behind things what they see on social media, but the main point is just to focus on their goals and have a positive mindset. All of this is very easy, and we can we can easily live a simple life by not engaging in the materialistic things in the world. As for example, we can see our ancestors, they lived a very happy and healthy life without the things, for example, amenities like ACs, cars, etc. We are living this luxurious life, but they didn't have it. But they were still happy and they were enjoying their life. Our main goal is just to enjoy our life. And the concept of simple living could be understood by a person who has a high level of thinking. And for an example, I would like to take an iconic figure, the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He had the choice that he can live a luxurious life or a simple life. He chose the path of simple life. That's what his point of view was.
All right, very good example she has given of Mahatma Gandhi. He was well qualified, and during that time, right, when the India was fighting a battle of getting independence, that time Mahatma Gandhi was a very well qualified person. He could have lived a very good life, but still he followed a life of simple living and high thinking and ahimsa also, right? Without any hinsa, he was able to give independence to India. A very good example, Samriddhi. Can you give some more example and the personalities of our India who followed the same principles and the world knows them today, right?
Yes, certainly there are famous personalities like Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Sudha Murthy, Ratan Tata, Bill Gates, etc.
Very good. Children, can you give one example? Any personality who followed the principles of simple living and high thinking that you know? Anyone in the class? Sorry. Here. Excellent. APJ Abdul Kalam. Please clap for him. Very good. Thank you, audience. Now, Samriddhi, as you know that today's generation, they are very, very passionate about this gadgets, smartphones, and all. So, can you tell them how and why are they finding it difficult to follow the simple living principle?
Okay, so our current generation is fixated in the materialistic things like mobile phones, games, gadgets, electronics things, etc. But they're so connected with the fake virtual world, they forgot about the real and spiritual world, the nature, they forgot all about things. They don't spend time with their family, they just on the phones and games. We have to leave that and enjoy our life to the fullest.
So children, it is a very important point. Most of today's generation, even you, even I, right? When we get our mobile phone, we are mostly after the reels, Facebook and Instagram only, which is actually a virtual life. Okay? We have to focus on what are the real essence of life, right? What really gives us happiness, peace, that is getting connected with our family, spending time with our family, okay? Enjoy the surrounding, enjoy the nature, right? So can you tell Samriddhi what they should do or how do they incorporate these principles in their life?
So firstly, they should reduce using mobile phones, gadgets, etc. They should be enjoying the nature, spending time with their family.
All right. And can you please give some more examples what they should do in their life and what they should not do? Okay, some key thoughts or takeaways from this topic to our children.
See, in high thinking, we don't think about ourselves, we become selfless. We think about the society too. So, our main point is just to think all about the surroundings too.
What should they do? What should they not do?
They should have a positive mindset, mental clarity, what they want to achieve, a focus on their goals.
How will they get mental clarity?
They should meditate. Meditation is for the mental clarity. They should declutter their mind.
All right, children. So can any of you give your views about simple living and high thinking? Anyone who can speak something about it? Anyone? Can you give your example? What do you know about simple living and high thinking? He has said about APJ Abdul Kalam, right? Can anyone of you give one more example and how has he or she has impressed you? Okay, influenced you?
We are a bit.
What did he do? He made the Constitution of India, right? He was from a background which was really not developed at that time, but still he studied, he taken a high education, he followed a very simple life, and today we know he is famous across the world. Okay, so such personalities in our India, you can see in our India itself, right? Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, APJ Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekanand, even Lord Buddha, they all followed the simple life and high thinking principle, and today they are known to everyone, they are famous worldwide. Thank you. Here we will conclude our topic. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you to the listeners for attending our podcast.
Namaste everyone. My name is Ritesh Gupta and he is Ayush Nair from class 9 and our topic is Simple Living, High Thinking. Sit down, Ayush. So Ayush, as Samriddhi briefed about simple living and high thinking, so how simple living and high thinking is interconnected?
Most certainly, sir. So, simple living and high thinking are interconnected because, as simple living says, that you should declutter everything. like things that you don't need, and that's where high thinking comes in. High thinking tells that what you should declutter. You should declutter the things that you no more need. You should keep the things that give you joy. Simple thinking says that you should learn your moral values from your culture. And high thinking tells you that where you should use those high cultures and values, with whom should you speak with them, and when you should use that in conversations. Simple thinking tells you that you should connect with people and make your relationships stronger. High thinking tells that you should make your bonds with parents and family members or any loved ones stronger and get closer to them.
Oh, that's good. So, Aish, according to you, how someone can start incorporating simple living into their life?
It's actually very easy. People think that simple living is really hard and it's a stress. But actually, when an individual lives a simple life, they actually get stress free, and they like decluttering their stuff. They have a lot of time. They do their favorite stuff, and they are free. They have freedom to do anything they want. They bond their relationships with their family. They practice their culture and virtues. They speak with people who they really like, and etc.
Okay, Ayush. Wow, that's good point. So, can you please tell me what are the benefits of simple living, high thinking, and how someone can enhance their simple living and high thinking quality into their life?
Sure, sir. So, the benefits of simple living and high thinking are that people are get stressed free, because as they declutter everything, they start minimalizing their time. They do half the things, so they get free time and lot of freedom. They start decluttering, so they remove the things they no longer need in their life and throw them away. They keep the things they enjoy. And in this current generation, people like playing games and they're really addicted to social media. And that's where decluttering comes in, and it tells that you should start doing things at a minimalistic pace. So you should cut them in half, and that's how you don't get addicted to things. And then when you get stressed free, you start thanking others, and then you have a lot of gratitude.
Okay, Ayush. So, can you tell me what are the impact of simple living and how high thinking are connected in society?
No, sir. I have many great examples and perfect. Like we can take Sir Ratan Tata, Sir Bill Gates, Swami Vivekananda, B.R. Ambedkar, Henry David Thoreau, APJ Abdul Kalam, and many more. All of them have done great tasks for the society. Swami Vivekananda was one of the first person who made us internationally and globally famous. He was the person who made us proud. He contributed to the society in a very positive way. So Bill Gates, in the Western philosophies, he has such a simple life. Yet he made $1 billion company with his high thinking qualities. Sir Ratan Tata, he lives such a casual life. He literally donates 50%, more than 50% of his income to the society or the people who are in need. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he made us proud. He made us proud and made us feel that we are happy to be an Indian.
Okay, so as Ayush described about the people who can live in a simple way, but they can think beyond their life, like APJ Abdul Kalam, Ratan Tata, Bill Gates, they are living their life in a very simple way, but they can think and beyond, they can think out of the box, beyond the limit. Simple thinking is not the way that you can think in a limited way. You can think out of the box and you can you can live in a very simple way also. It is not that you have to live in a very like sarcastic way. You can live in a simple way also, and you can think beyond the limit. Yeah.
So, to conclude my speech, I would like to say it's your life. You choose how to live it. So, live a simple life and think hard. Thank you.
So, man is a creator of his own destiny. Namaste, everyone. This is your host Dipshika Mishra, and today we have with us Kamya Mishra from 7th A to talk on Sanskar Se Sansar. Have a seat, Kamya. So, Kamya, here we've got a chance to look into a wider perspective of spirituality. So, can we start with what, according to you, is sanskar?
Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. Well, I believe that sanskars are something which make us all a better version of ourselves. Sanskars, we inherit them from our parents, from our teachers, pretty much everyone we see and meet every day. It is a human tendency that we inherit the values we have from people we see around us. And sanskars, they make us humane. And yes, that is why my sanskars are my sanskar.
Do agree, Kamya. Definitely, our sanskar is our sanskar. So, but then it is right. Is it right to say that sanskar se sansar hai? Is it right? Because when we talk about a word, it's a wider perspective altogether. So, is it right to say that sanskar se sansar hai?
Do we want a better world? Do we want Satyug to come back?
Definitely, we all want a better world. We will agree that we want a better world tomorrow.
Well, then definitely sanskars are necessary to make a better sansar. The reason we praise Satyug so much is because they had better values. The planet is same, the situations are not the same, but the thing that has changed is our sanskars. So that is why sanskars se hi sansar.
But Kamya would like to ask you that it's not easy to just change from the Kalyug to Satyug. It will take a big time or larger time to change that. So, is there any way or rule how we can change those things? How can we change the world?
Imagine the world as a swastika. The horizontal line in the swastika is Satyug and the vertical line is Kalyug. If we want to go from Satyug to Kalyug, we have to take a route. And what is that route? That is sanskars. Have respect for everyone. Be kind to everyone, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good thing that we came to know about a swastik. That means swa ka adhyay, correct? If I'm right, swa ka adhyay. But Kamya, how can we it applicable? Those swastik you talk about. So how can we get applicable? How can we change from that Kalyug se Satyug? How can we change? Is there any rule for that?
Well, yes, there are no set rules, but it varies from person to person. Like, for instance, let's make a house, okay? In that house, there is a family. If the family talks to each other about their problems, has dinner together, is understanding of each other, we see that their house is like heaven. But on the other hand, if there's a family that is always fighting, they're quarreling, they're shouting at each other, we assume that their house is like hell. And so, yes, we must learn to respect one another and we must learn to be understanding of each other, have compassion for each other.
Yeah, I do agree, Kamya. But again, my same question is that when we talk about a house, a family, that is restricted to our house. How then that will bring a change in the world?
If even one person follows the rules of sanskars in their lives, as I've said them before, it is a human tendency to inherit your values from the people we see around. So, if, for an example, my mother is an avid reader,
I will inherit that quality from her, and after looking at her, even I will start to think. This is applicable in pretty much all fields. So, yes, it is like a cycle. It is like from one person to the other.
Correct, correct. Do agree, Kamya. But one more question I want to put forth here, that if you see the people all around, they are quite, they have a different set of mind. Some are very depressed, some have anxiety, some are angry. Altogether, they have a different feelings. So, is that is the obstacle in bringing the change in their sanskar? Will it then be obstacle in that?
Well, not at all. Imagine a dirty cloth. The cloth is our soul, and that stain is our depression, our mental health problems. If you wash the cloth one time, the cloth will not get cleaned instantly. But if you wash it again and again, you will see the stain fading away. And that is applicable in this situation as well. If you bring change slowly in your life, you will observe a change.
I'm so drift. You talked about the soul, the spirituality. Do you feel, Kamya, that somewhere the soul and our actions are related?
Well, yes, definitely. I believe that the world we see outside of us, the actions we do to others, are nothing but a reflection of the world we have inside of us. So, for an example, I'm kind to my peers, respectful to my elders, basically kind of the goody two shoes, I will carry an aura around me, positivity around me. And on the other hand, if I'm always negative, I will see a change that I'm always carrying negativity, and everybody else will observe it as well.
Well, Kamya, your thoughts have really got a good change in myself. So, would you like to give any suggestions to our audience?
Well, simply I would like to state that practice gratitude, be respectful to others, be kind to others, and most importantly, have good intentions. Thank you.
Hence, we know that the sanskar makes the world. Thank you so much.
Namaste everyone. We are from Beer House. As I am the host Komal Bandekar, and we have the guest Tushir Sina from class 10th B. So we are discussing the concept like sanskars and sansar and how we can improve in our life by applying this. I hope you are comfortable, but I am not comfortable. Reason is peace. Whenever I talk about peace, to listen it is good, but to apply it is I don't know how to apply. Can you tell me that how can I maintain my peace?
To maintain one's peace is to deal with conflict first of all. And conflict comes when there are too many people involved. Now, there are two things. One is when you're too alone, that causes hypocrisy, where one, has pretend moral values, and the other is when too many people are involved, too many cooks for one food, actually. So it gets you into a situation where conflict is unavoidable, and to avoid that is to find a balance in life, and that's where in this Kali time we have to find the balance to find the peace.
Balance, if I see, I am stressed in my work. Not when I am stressed, if I see a small kid is very hectic with his schedule. I have to do the homework, I have to do this, that. So, if I want to go for anything to learn, anything to peace, is there any criteria so that I can balance this?
So, as we all know, teenage life is very vulnerable for anyone, and the exposure to social media makes it more vulnerable for anybody, right? So, this problem where the teenagers are exposed to social media causes a lot of hypocrisy again, and gets a disbalance in life where their concentration and focus goes to a lower level, and that's the problem with social media.
Just a minute. Means you want to tell that can social media affect us?
Yes, it can. To a certain limit, it can. I wouldn't say that it is bad, or I wouldn't say it is good, but yes, to find the balance again in that is the perfect way to live.
If I go home, I just see my mobile and try to open my Instagram and all because it attracts me a lot. isn't it? So is that somewhere I can at least decrease my attraction? I'm not ready to completely deny it. So is there something that I can decrease that attraction? Like, is there any method?
See, in a normal student's life or anybody's life, discipline and being concentrated and being focused is one of the main things. Discipline here concludes that you should not be too harsh and not be too soft. It again is to find the balance. And here, concentration and focus can be, what I would recommend, is to attain it by meditation, which is one of the biggest things. And to attain meditation is to know spirituality.
Spirituality. If I listen spiritual, a little bit scared because if I want to know about the spirituality, I think I have to read a lot of books, especially if I want to tell Bhagavad Gita. If I'm doing puja today, when I'm coming, I'm doing puja. Can I tell if I do puja? So I tell I attend spirituality just by doing aarti, finish my work. Can I tell I done my worksheet, I done my spirituality? Is the mark can put full stop for that?
See, now I'll define spirituality for you, where the spirit is behind the ritual. To do something, anything, it could be puja, it could be aarti, it could be anything in life. To do it with passion, compassion, and to have an intent to do it is the main component of spirituality, and that's what defines spirituality in itself.
So nowadays we are seeing many children are facing a lot of issues. If at 11, 12 they are suffering in the race, IIT, JEE, CA, they are really worried about that concept and they are very stressed for failure and success. I am taking my answer. If I get fail, I get too nervous. If I get success, I will be in the up of the floor like I have achieved everything. To maintain my balance, how can I do that?
There's a shlok in the Bhagavad Gita. Let me be clear, the Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book.
It's very difficult for me to read Bhagavad Gita, to understand it. So I cannot talk repeatedly. So is there any method I can maintain anyone? Like I ask, how can I come to know Bhagavad Gita every chapter and all? I cannot read all the book, but is there any method?
Let me be clear, Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book. It is a book, more of a life manual, a guide to having a perfect and balanced life. Now, as I was saying, there was a text in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2 and text 15, where it basically implies where Arjuna is in a dilemma of the battle of Kurukshetra. He cannot bear to see his families and friends against him and on the other side of the battlefront. And here Krishna as a guider comes into play. And that empowers Arjuna in the end to fight the battle and to live his purpose.
Yes, in our life also, I think we need a life guide. Somewhere we can have a conclude to know where we are right and wrong. If once we come to know, I think we are right and wrong, I think we can work on that where we are wrong. I cannot tell I will be completely correct if every time. But yes, I cannot be completely wrong. And this is, I think, sanskar I can tell. So I want to conclude this like, how can I come to know that I have applied sanskar in my life?
Sanskar is the basic, let me conclude with this. Sanskar is the basic unit where you can have a peaceful life. To appreciate the smallest bites of food, to drinking water, to do anything in life. It is to appreciate the work of God, the Creator. It could be anything from doing, sleeping, from working. To have gratitude and appreciate it and be peaceful with life and to have the power to choose yourself is what sanskar means.
Yes, we have learned many things, but to apply it step by step will take a time. But for sure, I think we'll apply this in our routine life. Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all. So myself, Meenal Kumbal, I am going to be playing a host, and today we have our guest, Miss Ansika Singh. So our topic for podcast is joint family is the root of Indian culture. So welcome.
Namaste everyone. Thank you for the heartfelt welcome and I'm very comfortable.
So could you tell me, Anshika, what is your perception towards joint family?
Yeah, I think in today's generation, every youth is well aware about the concept of joint family. Okay. And the accurate Oxford definition for joint family can be that joint family is a kind of extended family or undivided family. When there are 3 generations or more generations living together in one household, that is what we call joint family. Now, did you all know that there are actually 3 types of joint family systems? The first one of which is filial joint family system, which contains parents living with their children and their offspring. Example, we can take that if I am living in a family, so my grandparents with my parents and their siblings and living together in one house with my cousins, we will be called filial joint family system. The other one is fraternal joint family system, which contains of two siblings living with their offspring. It's very quite a small, we can say, but it comes in the category of joint family system. It's quite common in the other world as well as then there's combined family, which contains both filial and fraternal family systems. So the combined family is quite popular in India, and India is one of the most popular country for following the joint family system.
Okay, so that was very informative. Even I never knew this terminology. So thank you for giving such informative ideas. Next, I would want to ask, as our topic suggests, that joint family is the root of Indian culture. So could you elaborate? What are your views on that?
I think India's beauty lies in the privilege of the traditions that they follow of staying in the joint family. Indian people are naturally very kind-hearted, and they strongly believe in the love of their family. They are brought up and they have experienced the love, care, and the elderly expertise guidance that they receive from their elders. So Indians actually do believe and they are connected to their family. Do you know that there's a person named as Yon Chan who lives in Mizoram and is believed to lead one of the world's most largest families with 39 wives and 89 children. It has become a tourist attraction for the place and it's beneficial for people.
Thank you. Next would be, don't you think our today's generation is more inclined towards the Western culture? So how can we bring their attention back towards the joint family culture? What are your views on that?
I think I can partially agree that today's youth is more inclined towards the foreign customs, and people are preferring to stay in nuclear family. They feel shame when staying with their parents. The foreign cultures are preferring more to stay in nuclear families. And you know, it was mentioned by the legendary Indian actress Aishwarya Rai in defense of joint family system in an interview that we Indians don't have to take appointments from our parents for dinners to meet them. We stay with them and we take care of them whenever they need us. So I think today's youth should be inspired by that statement and it says a lot. And we should be taking care of our parents, and it helps a person to be more adjusting and compromise in the outer world.
Yes, definitely. We all are proud about that incident and that interview of Aishwarya Rai ma'am, and we do respect her. Next, I would want to ask that could you differentiate between joint and nuclear concept with few examples so that even our audience can connect to it?
So nuclear joint family nuclear and joint family, they both are kind of having their advantages and disadvantages in their both ways. Joint family, I think, has its advantage that the people living in one household, it can reduce the cost of expense and daily as people earning can when they unite. So it can reduce the expenses and the one who needs help. So they are there, they have people, so they don't feel inferior complex of feeling lonely. And but there are also disadvantages of staying in a joint family, as we all can agree that we fight with our siblings and everyone I fight with in my family. Sometimes there's arguments, but that's what we should learn, that we should adjust and not let that small arguments and disputes come in between. Whereas nuclear family has its advantage that when we live in a nuclear family, we get that space and the attention that we long. So I think, yeah, but in nuclear family, the people often get frustrated and lonely. So they kind of feel a resentful nature towards the joint family.
Yes, yes, completely agreed. Don't you think that there's a misconception about today's women are being suppressed in joint family?
That's actually a very controversial statement, as there are some families where women are being suppressed, and the toxic family members, they often try to harm the innocent family members. So I would like to conclude by saying that it's upon the youth to stay in a joint family and stay with their parents. But it also depends, and I think we should learn from the old culture and the stories that we have heard. We should stay in a joint.
So thank you, Anshika. Thank you for having us.
Namaste everyone. Welcome to all of you. Today we are going to present a podcast on the topic Sanyukt Parivar Bharatiya Sanskriti Ki Jal. I know everyone is familiar with this, and this is the most popular, or we can say the most traditional that family structure in India, and everyone wants to know how Indian people are living with this culture. So today we have a guest, Jeet Jain, with
Namaste,
us
everyone.
to represent and focus on this concept कि how the संयुक्त परिवार, the भारतीय संस्कृति की जड़ है. Understood? Before starting with the G, I just want to make you proud. In our culture is well known in all over the world. Kavi Iqbal said one times, यूनानो मिस्रो रोमो सब मिट गए जहाँ से, अब तक मगर है बाकी नामो निशा हमारा. कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिट्टी नहीं हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौड़े जमा हमारा, सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. With this word, I want to welcome my guest, Jeet Jain sir, and Jeet Jain sir is now going to focus on our concept. Welcome sir, kindly take your seat. Jeet Jain sir, our topic is our joint family, or so-called Sanyukt Parivar Bharatiya Sanskriti Ki Jal. So first of all, I want, okay, what exactly the meaning of this Sanyukt Parivar?
Okay, so joint family means where three generations live under the same roof. So the grandparents, the parents, and the children all live in the same house, sometimes even uncles and aunts and their cousins. So a joint family, to make you understand better of a joint family, I'll give you two examples. So like in a body, there are many different systems for the control of the body. Like that, in a joint family, there are many members which have different roles, and even in a band of musicians. So each musician plays a different instrument. Like that, in a joint family, different family members have different roles, and that's how joint family works.
Thank you, Jeet. So we understood the feeling of togetherness in joint family. Now tell me, कि how in India only this become an integral part of life? Why Indian people wants to live in the joint family?
See, in a joint family, there are many advantages. Like first of all, there is financial stability because there is less cost and everyone's earnings are pooled together. Then there is also the fact that people are there for each other. If you are in a bad time, then you can fall on someone. You have security and you have comfort. And on top of that, in a joint family, everyone lives together. So they share a deep bond of love and respect for each other. So it's just better.
Thank you, sir. Now my second question. Whenever we are talking about India, our pride, our nation, so sometimes this joint family also represent the values and tradition of Indian culture. So how joint family system represent this?
So Indian culture, Indian traditions, what are these values? Values of helping each other, cooperating, being together, having love for each other, having respect for each other. All of these values are portrayed in a joint family where everyone lives together, they stay together, they help each other in their bad times, they enjoy in their good times, they celebrate together, they do everything together. So it's the perfect portrayal of the values which have been taught in our Indian culture, like the idea of kutumb, the idea of family, all is portrayed perfectly in a joint family. Then there are many family epics which is Ramayana and Mahabharata, in which they show people who, the heroes, their first priority is family unity and family duty. And that is what makes them heroes, and that is how they do good.
Thank you, sir. You added our epics also, and we know that now. Now, my next question: what are the main features of Indian joint family?
So Indian joint family has many features. The first, of course, that everyone knows is a large size. So in joint family, there are grandparents, parents, children, uncles, aunts, relatives. Many people are there in a joint family. So one feature is large size. Another feature of a joint family is that in a joint family, everyone has the same religion, so they celebrate the same festivals, worship the same deities, and they enjoy together. Another feature of a joint family is that there is economic stability, because all of the resources, all of the assets they have are pooled for the welfare of the family, and the cost is less because they live together.
Very good. So, students and audience today, we know if we are living in joint family, we are always economically stable. We have a bonding, love, affection. Huh? So you feel a joyful movement in the joint family. Now, Jeet, sir, can you tell me, my last question from you, is this joint family system will exist in the future? The people like to say to live in the joint family system.
See, the joint family has been the bedrock of Indian culture for decades, for centuries, for millennia. But nowadays, due to industrialization, urbanization, globalization, people are separating. People are moving to cities, they're living alone, they don't care about their parents, and this is leading to decline in the joint family system. This should not happen. People should stay together, joint families should still exist, and they should promote joint families.
Thank you, Jeet sir. Now my one question from audience. How many of you want to live in joint family? Raise your hands. If you have joint family, then you want to live in it. Yes. So our next generation is also interested. They want the more explanation. So Jeet sir, we will be in the next episode. So stay with her, tuned with her. We are living in the heart of joint family. Thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone. Hello everyone. Yes, so approx of 5,000 years old tradition which has been followed by the world nowadays. Yes, I'm talking about the yoga. I guess yoga is the topic of the town now. Top of the town. So, what is yoga actually? For knowing about this, let's have our channel, podcast channel, Yoga Guru channel, and a guest of the day is Mr. Param Chopra. Hi Param, welcome to our show. Let's have a seat, Param. So Param, I'm so excited to know about yoga, especially yoga, because I can say it's a talk of the town. Everyone is just talking about yoga, yoga, yoga. People are celebrating in the school nowadays. They are just having a one day, for the yoga. I just want to know, what is yoga originated from?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to clear this misconception of yoga. It is wrongly pronounced. It is not yoga, it's yoga. Okay, so I'll talk about the origination of yoga. Yoga is approximately 5,000 years old, as you said. It is from the Sindh Pratha, the Treta Yuga. The word yoga is originated from the Sanskrit word, derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means the connection or unity. Now, connection of what? Connection of our mind, body, and soul. So, yoga is the culmination of our mind, body, and soul.
Okay, this is what the Sanskrit talk, which this generation will not understand, Param. Do you think our students, like this generation, Gen Z, which we talk about, they will be interested in this kind of activity? Like, they are already sportive, they go for sports, they are interested in sports. So why they should go for this yoga or which you are talking about?
Okay, so people think that yoga is only for the people who are sporty in life, those who are like very active. But the thing is, like this Gen Z, as you mentioned, it's nowadays all the actresses, actors, they are also performing yoga. This is for a reason.
Yes, of course. I guess I follow Shilpa Shetty a lot. She's also into the yoga and all. I just wanted to know, Bara, they can go for the gym and all. Why they are going for the yoga and all? Do you think it will be helpful as a having a good body shape or like that?
Okay, so this is being performed by actresses, as you mentioned, Shilpa Shetty, because this also this is for your better posture. It is makes your face more attractive. It releases all the toxins and all. So yoga is there are many forms of yoga. So there are like approximately 8 limbs as per Patanjali. We all know Patanjali, right? The famous philosopher. Okay, so there are 8 limbs of yoga as per Patanjali. The first one is yama, which means ethical discipline. Then we have niyama, which is self-discipline. Then we have pranayama, which is the breath control. Then we have pratyagraha, which is withdrawal of senses. Then we have asanas, the physical postures. We have dharana, which is concentration. Dhyana, meditation. And samadhi, enlightenment.
God, this kind of words I cannot pronounce even. Yes, so this is what this generation know. I just want to know, Bara, let's have a lively conversation. Please feel comfortable. Okay, so I just want to know about what kind of benefits we will be having, and do you think 5,000 old tradition, which is followed by whole world nowadays, our Prime Minister Modi ji himself is actually promoting a yoga. So, is there any other benefits which
Okay, so there are yoga is talks it down because of a reason. So okay, I'll talk about the 8 limbs more precisely. So yama and niyama, which is discipline, it promotes a sense of community in us. It promotes integrity, empathy, respect, and even discipline, of course. Then we have pratyagraha, which is very important for the today's generation. Gen Z, as you said. What does pratyagraha mean? Pratyagraha is detachment from the external distraction and focus on inside. So like it's a
I guess I need more than
nurture a sense of peace and contentment within us. So what this means is we should be satisfied with our own selves. We should detach ourselves from the external distractions. Okay, so I'll talk more about pranayama. So pranayama is the breath control. Okay, it is based on the respiratory health of our body. It increases our lung capacity and even gives us a sense of calm. So it is very important.
Can you just show me any one of the exercise which I can make myself comfortable, or I can go for the anytime practice like some fingertips or something like people are nowadays following?
Okay, so there are many postures in which you can meditate. Meditation is the one. Then International Yoga Day, this is a very important thing. So we celebrated it a few days ago in our school. So we also practiced some of the asanas, which is one was Manjarasana and many more. We did Om chanting and all. So this is very important because of a reason. It adds up, it is very beneficial. It gives us an ethical and balancing lifestyle. If we practice yoga, it will be very helpful to us. It will be very beneficial. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I guess I really want to know more about this, Pawan, but we have a short of time right now. So yes, thank you very much. I learned a lot, but make sure we'll meet soon to talk on this again. And of course, it was a great conversation having with you. Thank you so much, Pawan.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, On Camera, my audience. So today our topic is yoga, that is yoga. Why yoga is very important, not only in India, but as well as our Indian are flourishing our yoga to international and many of the countries. So without wasting our time, I'll call Mr. Devre as yoga expert. Please welcome Mr. Devre. Welcome Devre, please have a seat. You can see on camera audience, just see the effect of yoga, just see the body, just see the body. Please have a seat, please. Okay, Mr. Devre. So, I'm asking you a very important question. The first question will be that, why our Honorable Prime Minister is giving so importance to yoga? Please tell me your views.
Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, who is also known as Modi ji, is now giving a lot of importance to yoga because of due to some reasons. First is that India is crossing the limits. It is globalizing itself, and for as the country is growing, the traditional and the culture of the tradition and the culture of the country should also grow with it. So that's why, as yoga is one of the tradition of Indian culture. So that's why Modi ji is giving a lot of importance to yoga, so that he can connect with the Indian heritage, and he can make the global awareness of yoga throughout the world.
Fine. That means, Mr. Dev, you want to say that Modi ji have contributed a lot to spread the yoga's importance.
Yes.
One more question here. Like nowadays, people are giving more importance to the yoga. It was not first. So how we can use the yoga in modern life? Like people are having, the lifestyle is so busy, the schedule is so busy. How we can use yoga to take away this stress?
Okay, yoga can be used in our modern lifestyle because it's ancient. 5,000 years ago, it was originated. So it doesn't mean that we can't use it in our modern lifestyle. We study history in our schools, right? So it is also a type of history of India. So we can apply it in our daily life as well. The first point of yoga being useful is that yoga for wellness. The WHO itself has approved that yoga is very beneficial for stress reduction and flexibility of our body. Second is yoga for therapy. Many of the doctors suggest a person going with mental issues to practice yoga, as it calms our mind and it feels very fresh after doing yoga. And the third and the last one is yoga in education. Nowadays, there are being yoga teachers that are teaching yoga in various schools. This is because India is trying to renovate its Gurukul system. Like in the when Britishers didn't capture India, there were Gurukuls that teach yoga as well, so that students can be self-aware and also be calm at times of problems. That's why yoga in education is a very beneficial use of yoga as well.
Basically, you can say that our tradition is coming back. First, they used to use the yoga, and then it went back, then it's coming back, and the people and teachers are there who's teaching yoga. One more question I just want to ask here. Can you clear that if a female, a woman, a pregnant woman can do yoga, you can just give a view or some idea. Is it possible, or at how month, either it is the second month or third month, or at what month that particular woman can do yoga, or how it is useful?
See, being pregnant is not an obstacle on doing yoga, but that feels hard. So that's why all the months there are four basic parts of yoga. The first one is asanas, the posture that include physical workout and make a person strong and powerful. The second is meditation. This one can't be practiced at the period of pregnancy, but the next three are surely can be practiced. First is pranayama. Pranayama can improve your respiratory function, and that helps the patients who are suffering from respiratory diseases. Second one is meditation. Meditation also calms our mind and makes us self-aware and makes us emotionally strong as well. The third one is your third part is chanting mantras. So mantras are a part of yoga that can be chanted, and you can make yourself more spiritual acknowledged.
Okay, fine. So I think Mr. Devri has given lots of ideas, and we have a short of time, so lots of ideas on yoga. Mr. Devri, thank you very much to come on my show. Thank you very much.
Dear students and my friends, actually the CCA
a co-curricular activity. It is going along with your curriculum. So these periods are not meant for sitting and chatting and wasting your time. Mass education should happen here. So the CCA in charge and other team members, other teachers, and they are thinking so much about you people and your holistic development. So they introduced a new competition that is podcast. Even for us it was new and it is really amazing topic, I mean amazing competition only. But that spirit I saw only the participant and the teachers, the students, those who are sitting here. Even the senior most one are not at all taking part in this teaching learning process. I told you by listening. The yoga, we are talking about the yoga. Yoga is the synchronization of the body, mind and the soul. If you are not able to synchronize your sense organ, if you are deviating for the various things, how will you listen and get the concept so the whatever they want to impart, how it will end up? One who is closing your sense organ and sitting here, there is no meaning, you will not get anything. So wonderful topic, that is all the topic what they selected, it is very much related to the Indian culture. India, I always say, India is the shrine of the world. The Bharat, Bha means Prakasham, the light, the knowledge of light. So Bharatam, one who is having Riti, that is too much touch towards the knowledge. So they are the Bharatiya, Bharatvasis. They need to, radiate that knowledge what we have. The most important knowledge what we have, that the spirituality, the proud thing, and our rooted culture. The culture is totally rooted with the human values, and so that the selflessness, that all the things, whatever, everything was interconnected. So the topics, everything was good. At least the student and the teachers, those who really work upon it, at least they are going to get benefit from this thing. Even one who actively participate in this competition, they also got, at least we were able to give a light towards this path. So the spark somebody got, they can understand, the importance of joint family. The one who enjoyed the love of the grandparents and how they care, they never ever stand for the micro family. When we are facing any harsh time, nobody will be there to support us. The siblings and the infant is along with us. Then we will get a wonderful support, and the body itself is, I always say, the body itself, there are three parts: Stula, Sushma and Karana Sharira. So based on that, your action speaks louder than words. By sitting, by observing a child, we can easily make out how much powerful you are spiritually, how much you are elevated, and how much the soiled soul, easily one who is not able to sit at least for 5 minutes in a proper way, that they are the soiled soul. So try to understand ourselves, and we can, nobody is perfect. So when we realize our own lacuna, we can modify ourselves by observing the good one and by listening the words of elderly people, teachers, even the best and the foremost teacher known as that the nature. Observe the nature, even the animal will teach you, the ant will teach you that the unity and the synchronization, how much it is needed. So please children, this is my humble request as an elder. Among the teaching fraternity, I am the eldest, so I am asking you to behave properly. And similarly, my friends, those who are sitting here, the maintaining the discipline, not only the CCA in charge or the teacher in charge, every teacher has the moral duty to maintain the discipline. So it's idly sitting behind, and the students, if it is making the noise and not taking part, it is our duty to direct towards what is right. So sorry to say this thing. I am thinking that the coming opportunities you will make it use of very nicely. Still I can see the many students are in their own world. Okay, thank you.
How's the Josh? I didn't feel that in today's competition. Congratulations to all the house masters. The thought
of bringing this podcast competition through CCA was not actually decided. It was generally like I was walking and principal ma'am was walking, and then principal ma'am suddenly said that, Ankita, can't we try this podcast competition? And then I said, yes ma'am, why not? This is a new competition and obviously it will enhance the personality development of all the students. So I hope with this all the students got an opportunity to learn something new. And yes, appreciation from my side for Samir House. Yes, it was very good. It was very live conversation. Actually, the podcast should happen in this way only, since we are showing it in a YouTube. So you have to cast in this way only. So congratulations for Samir House for showing that way. Results तो Monday को ही पता चलेगा. So in results, only 4 houses will be selected, 1 house will be disqualified. So we will be having a second round, and in second round you will be having a conversation with our section coordinators, and topics will be also given on Monday. So hope for the best, all the best. May the best house wins and get selected for the second round. All the best. Thank you.